Amazon announcing their own cloud gaming
Yes.
streaming service called Luna. I
Amazon Luna.
and I think it's I can't imagine that even the Stadia or even Amazon Luna would work that well just on your phone while while you're using your 5G internet.
You know,
I mean,
it's
how good is the internet? When you're not connected to a router or a modem.
when you're running on your phone,
Yeah,
maybe. Right.
yeah, when it's
Um,
completely running from your phone or your tablet.
right. And I know originally, if I remember correctly, originally you had to be connected to Wi-Fi, and there was this big worry about, hey, dude, like you'll be using all your data and all your phone data,
Right.
and
Yeah. Oh, big
you'll be
time.
wiped out. You'll be wiped out in an hour
Well,
or
and I
two
would
hours.
imagine, who's going to play their games like that? People, I mean, maybe people riding the bus to work or,
Yeah,
maybe at work and they could connect
sure.
to Wi-Fi there. But
I just think about people who travel a lot. If I'm traveling,
right.
all over the place, I can throw my Xbox controller in my bag, or I could throw my Stadia controller in my bag and go with me anywhere I want
Yep.
and pull it out and
And
play.
you're sitting in a
Now,
hotel room somewhere and you're just playing games. You're wishing, you know what? That's actually really cool because there's been times where I've been away from my consoles.
and you were kind of like,
And I
darn,
was
I
like,
wish I
man,
had
I'd
my,
love to
yeah,
play a match of, hey, I'd love to play some Halo right now. I'd love to play
exactly.
some
Which is
something
what
right now.
xCloud gives us the ability to do with Xbox, right? And not just that, you're seeing
Right.
Game Pass coming to your phone, like,
Game
and
Pass.
all these other
And I
places
believe
that
that's the
you can
only way.
use through xCloud.
I've learned that you can't just have any game that you've purchased on your console. You can't just load it up and play it. At least
Nope,
not yet. But you
but your
should.
Game Pass
I
games are
think.
on there.
I think they. What's that?
But your Game Pass games will be
Your
available
Game
for you.
Pass. Yeah, you have hundreds of games
See?
available. I've mostly been playing Forza on mine. Although I did play a little bit of Sea of Thieves and Halo, but it's kind of harder with a smaller screen and my movement's
Sure,
not as
yeah.
smooth. And you know what?
Like
It's still
like
in.
to be
It's
able to
still.
play it on your laptop or whatever,
It's
though.
yeah. It's still in beta right now, so there was a little bit of uh, delay.
Yeah, so
And
you might have experienced some latency or
yeah,
whatever.
we had some
But
latency,
then,
but it wasn't consistent. It only happened
right,
every so often. So,
right.
what do you
Now the
think
cool
of
thing about
Luna?
yeah, so the cool thing about something like Amazon Luna is that again, it's like Stadia. You can kind of do it on any device, really. Um, I mean, you really can play on anything
Yeah,
at this point. I mean, Amazon, they got their fingers in everything nowadays. So every piece of tech you have the ability to be connected to Amazon in some way or fashion
right.
at this point. And so their infrastructure, they've already got it. It's easy,
They
right?
do. Yeah.
They're also coming out. Initially they're coming out with tons of games already. Like I mean, we're looking at they're not going to be the same size as Game Pass at this point, but they're going to be
No,
huge. They're going to be
and
huge.
they're
They're
not
going to
going to
have
have you. And
tons
this is where
and tons of
Game
games.
Pass exclusivity is probably going to come into play.
This is where exclusivity is going to come into play. Here's why. Because all these companies are seeing this is the future of gaming, and all of them want a piece of the pie. If they're going to survive and have a piece of the pie, they have to have their own developers and their own teams making exclusive games for that only. Why? Because we are seeing it with the content that we consume all the time already. Look at Netflix. Look at CBS All Access, which is getting rebranded to Paramount Plus. Look at Disney Plus. Look at all these streaming services that we've already got and that we all pay for.
It's starting to get oversaturated though, and
It's starting to get crazy.
that's my concern with this cloud gaming. My thoughts
Hmm.
on Luna is I think it's going to crash and burn, honestly, and that
Do you?
unless they purchase, because here not only can they're offering different channels to purchase, so you can
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
pay $6 a month for for the Luna
for
Plus
your
game channel.
standard Luna,
But then
right?
now they're talking about having developer related channels, like Ubisoft is going to have a game channel. I don't think they've announced anything else, but they haven't even
No,
announced the
but
price for
they've
Ubisoft.
talked about the Ubisoft one. But here's what I'm going to say.
So how much? So I want to play a Ubisoft game on my Luna game service, but my Luna Plus game channel subscription doesn't cover Ubisoft. So how much extra money am I going to have to pay?
Right? How much are these extra channels? I don't know.
I don't know that they're necessarily going to crash and burn, but I think they're going to have to work out some kinks and just do what
Oh,
Microsoft's
absolutely.
doing. Just throw all your games in there and let people play them.
They're going to learn as they go.
Don't force me to pay for this and then pay for that and pay for this just to play. You know what? Not everybody. I think a Ubisoft game channel is pointless. I think it's absolutely pointless. I don't want to play nothing but Ubisoft games.
No, I get that. I hear you on that. But
here's
what I'll say. They're gonna work some of those out. Those details, they're gonna iron some of those out. They'll probably make some exclusive deals with some developers, and then there won't be an extra channel.
Well, I think they've already said they have first party studios working on stuff.
Right. But just like Stadia does. Now here's the thing though. Here's where it gets a little crazy, because and this is why I actually believe that Stadia is going to be here a lot longer than you think.
Oh, I'm all ears.
Stadia, Google also owns YouTube, and they are working very hard to change the way that YouTube gaming works, right? And they are working very hard for the future of gaming as a whole, right? And they want Stadia, if they want Stadia to rock and they want YouTube gaming to rock, they're going to work really hard to make them work really well together. Now, and they've already started started establishing different things with that, because when you're and this is why I actually think that Luna is going to do better than you might expect as well. Actually, I think Luna might do better than Stadia. Actually,
I wouldn't disagree with that. I think Stadia has been. I hear nothing but bad things about Stadia. You are literally the only person I've ever heard say anything good about Stadia.
I actually love the controller. It feels so good in your hands. But
before you go on about why you think Luna is going to do great, let me ask you this: do you think people who are your average console gamers, people who want to sit on their couch and play games, I don't think that Luna and Stadia are going to reach those people. I think what Microsoft has that console that people want to sit at home with and play, and they get these opportunities. They're already buying into Game Pass, so hey, why not try it on my phone?
Okay.
What you said earlier about Microsoft bringing people into this and getting them used to doing this stuff. I think Microsoft's going to have an easier transition. Reaching. I think Microsoft's going to be a powerhouse in this, because they're reaching people on a platform that they already have.
Right. I don't disagree with
Amazon and Google have these platforms that people are like, why? Control's going to be on there. Good for them. I've been playing it on my PlayStation for a year. Get out of here.
I don't disagree that that Xbox and Microsoft, they're already ahead of the game. I don't disagree with that. However, here's the big kicker. I don't know if you noticed, but Amazon Luna controller is only $49.99. Okay, and it is it's got what were they saying? It's called Direct. It's called Cloud Direct technology in their controller, so that the latency problems that people are experiencing on, say, Stadia or even xCloud are supposed to be divided in like half. Also, not just that. Also, a feature that I really haven't used with my Stadia is that you can say, "Hey Google, do this" or whatever, right? Amazon Alexa is going to be in that controller. Look, you could say, "Hey Alexa, play Grid" or whatever. I get that. That's whatever. Here's the other thing about this controller is you can literally pause it and then go to another screen and unpause it, and you're right back into it, which is really cool because it's got that Cloud Direct technology, so it goes directly to the cloud, which is pretty impressive. It's really actually very cool.
That is pretty
But
cool.
here's what else. It's only $49.99. So if my kid comes to me, or think about all the other kids in the world that come to their parents.